Hey y'all, I'm just going to model a few things for an AP analysis paragraph. I've already written one, as you can see. It's formatted kind of weird because I'm going to put the comments of things that I'm going to just go through and notice, sort of close read what I just wrote, just to show you some writer moves along the way. So I'm just going to notice writer moves, and I want you to think about how you can do this in your own writing. I'm just going to take it line by line, literally. So I wrote about La Rose by Louise Erdrich, which is a novel I'm actually in the middle of right now, but I was going to do an analysis of the setting in the first chapter. So my prompt is actually, if I were to get the prompt and then close read, is analyze the significance of the setting and Louise Erdrich's, I'll just say Erdrich's, use of literary devices. Okay, so my two questions that I'm trying to answer are, how is the setting significant? Why is it important? And how does Erdrich tell us this? / what tools is she using? Yeah. Cool. So let's see if I answer these two questions in my thesis. So this is my thesis, which should always be my first sentence. In Louise Erdrich's La Rose, the first chapter introduces the reservation. So the setting is a Native American reservation as a place of contained chaos, bordering the true wild heart of humanity. So I answered the question, how is the setting significant? Meaning that it borders, even though it's kind of a prison for them, it keeps them from the, ironically, I'm going to use the word savagery outside of that reservation. And then she does this through a series of symbols and juxtaposition. So answer the question, what tools is she using? Let's jump in. So this is my summary of argument. So this would be my S out of my snap, because I summarized what I'm going to talk about. First, the title of the chapter is The Door, already signifying that Landro, the protagonist, will be entering through a barrier into a new beginning. Okay, so I've already started to jump into analysis with the title, and the title to me is a symbol. So here's my evidence. And here is my analysis. If you're ever analyzing a symbol, signifying is a great word to use because it's like equals this. So already signifying, there's my analysis of that evidence. Just before killing his best friend's son. Okay, what I want you to notice here is I've just given a little bit of context that's needed. So I'm going to talk about this event when he crosses outside of this border. But if you haven't read it, then you need to know that that's happening. So I'm going to just highlight this. What color should I use? Maybe I'll just do the text in a different color. Here. As using necessary context before I jump into any more analysis. He steps outside of the reservation to hunt a deer he has been tracking. This is actually all context. This border he crosses invisibly bisected a stand of deep brush. So notice that it's embedded within the sentence. I picked this quote out and then I made meaning outside of that small quote. My evidence. And while it is an unseen boundary, the complications of crossing it are as twisted as the bushes and vines choking one another. So I want you to notice that I used my own simile here to do an analysis. So it's as twisted as the bushes and vines choking one another. So I'm comparing the chaos outside of the border of the reservation, when Erdrich's doing this too, and the symbol of this deep brush. So this tangled up woods mirrors the tangled up, the complications of humanity outside of this reservation. This is my analysis. So Erdrich explains the system of trading that sustains Landro's family, detailing that they exchange eggs for ammo. So I noted before, like in my close reading, that eggs is new life. Let me find my comments. So eggs equal new life, and ammo equals death. So then I'm thinking about the relationship of trading new life for death, which I know that a life is going to be ended within this, first couple of pages, so it's probably going to be significant. These items are a symbol for something. Oh, come on. There's my evidence. Therefore, the beginning of life for an object that signifies, the ending of another. That's my analysis. The chaos, lies in this cycle. So then I'm going to explain this as a cycle of new life leading to death, to new life to death. We just get trapped in it. And this is the chaos that exists outside of the reservation. And it's come into play since Landro has crossed that border. So the trading, and I'm using this word bartering, which means trading. The trading is not just eggs for ammo, but it is indeed life for life. While the reservation is a type of prison sentence for Native Americans, at least it bars from the outside world, which fuels this cycle. So this is all my consideration of why the reservation itself as a type of prison is how it plays into this cycle. And Landro participates in that once he steps outside to use his new ammo to shoot the deer, instead hitting the young boy. Certainly, okay, so here's a little more context that you need. Certainly a new life is born after the boy dies, since Landro has just passed through the door, call back to the title, to the beginning of a traumatic story. So by the end, I want to say why this is significant for the text as a whole, and greater meaning, which the new life that has started after the death of the boy is the life of this story, and how his whole family's life has changed from this trauma. So the new life is, I'm just going to say, leads to a changed, traumatic life for his family. So this is my concluding statement, which I'm just going to highlight in green, and that would be my P for my snap, pushing to purpose. So let me make you a code here real quick so you can sort of go back through and look. Summary of argument is in yellow. All my evidence that I noticed is in blue. And technically, the context is evidence too. It's just not quoted evidence. That's why I wanted to highlight the words, not use the highlighter necessarily. So you can see the difference between, it's all evidence, but one is paraphrased and one is quoted. And then my analysis of that evidence and how it connects. So my analysis is connecting this to this, this to this. And then finally my statement of purpose, which you should tie up at the end. Cool. So I know you haven't read this text, and I'm hoping with the context that I put in and the way that the analysis is explained that you can still sort of see the pieces here. We'll look at a lot more examples in class, but I just hope this was helpful, and let me know if you still have any questions. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, smash that like button, and hope you have a great day.